So, welcome to Greece. I had a little problem before I flew here, and I always said that I wasn't going to buy a Canon R8, but literally 2 days before I came to Greece, my EOS R broke, and I could either get it repaired or I could just replace it. And I've ended up replacing it with the Canon R8, which I'm currently using right now. And so far, having used this camera, I mean, it's pretty impressive. The battery life still isn't as good as the R, nowhere near, but the quality of image that comes out of this camera is incredible, which actually makes up for it quite a lot. I'm just coming down to the harbour where I am right now, and we're going to take some drone shots. So yeah, I'm currently in Zante. We're not going to do the classic Zante photos that everybody always sees. We're going to do something a little bit different and get some cool drone shots, get some cool photos of places that you don't see as often. I'm going to see how good the Canon R8 really is for video and photography. And actually, from using this already, I think it's absolutely going to destroy the EOS R. Okay, so I've been and done some drone shots with the DJI Mini Pro 3, but it's a bit hazy today. So I don't know how good they're gonna look. I mean, this looks absolutely beautiful, look, but I'm not sure how good the drone shots are gonna be. So we're gonna look at those when we get back. So the next morning the sunrise was nicer, still a little hazy, but I still got out and took some drone shots with the DJI Mini Pro 3. Okay, so I did decide to pause the vlogging while I was away, and I did this for a couple of reasons. I was very aware that actually I was on holiday and I should be spending my time with my family and relaxing. I also only got the Canon R8 just before I went up to Greece as well, so I wanted to spend as much time actually getting to use the device and seeing what it's like. I do have a couple of takeaways from the trip about the Canon R8, and the big takeaways are the fact that it is actually really light, and I did notice a weight difference in my bag compared to the previous EOS R that I had, and it was a substantial weight saving. Now I know this is a mixture of one, now having a smaller main camera that is lighter. It's also the fact I have a lighter B camera, so using the Canon R10 as a B camera, which is very light, so it keeps my setup down in weight. And it's also the fact that I have now a smaller drone as well, now using the DJI Mini 3 compared to the Mavic Air 2. There is a weight saving there, but actually with the weight saving, I don't know if I would want to go back to a slightly heavier setup. It was noticeable, and it was a lot more pleasurable carrying my bag than it was previously before. Now, for those of you that wonder why maybe I picked the R8 over, say, a Canon R6 Mark I or Mark II, the quick reasonings for this, without going too in depth, which we'll save for another video, is the Canon R6 Mark I, the video formats and the recording options just aren't as good as the R8. So it is a lot more limited. Yes, it has some other features like IBIS, and for the monetary price you can buy them now, there isn't that much difference. But for my style of recording, I didn't need the IBIS, and I wanted that sort of 4K 60 with no crop. I wanted the full frame 4K, and honestly, I don't regret it at all. The sensor and the image that comes out of the R8 is phenomenal. And as for the Canon R6 Mark II, the biggest difference with that was price. Again, I didn't feel that I super needed the IBIS. You can't miss something you've never had previously. And actually, with the full frame sensor on the 60 and using the digital image stabilization and the image stabilization in lenses, it does a really good job. I just couldn't justify it for the R6 Mark II. I know it has some other features, but for me, they weren't features that I desperately needed for my style of photography and videography. So far I've been really impressed with the Canon R8, and I will do more videos going forward about this video with comparisons to, say, the EOS R, the R10, and some other cameras that you may be interested in. But we're keeping this short. This is more about the image quality that I've got out of it using this camera over the short period that I've had it. My biggest takeaway really about this is still the battery life. I've raised it in previous videos that the battery life on the Canon R10 using the battery that's in the Canon R8 isn't massively long. Well, the R8 does fairly well on battery, but it isn't as good as those LPE 6 batteries that you get in the EOS R, the R6, the R6 Mark II, or the Canon R5. So you will notice a difference, and you definitely need backups for this camera. But I understand that it is a weight saving feature, and it's sort of the fact that it is so much lighter, it is almost worth the fact that it doesn't last as long. I can justify it with that weight saving. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It does help me make more content like this for anybody that wants to watch it. If you've got any questions, do leave comments, because I do try and answer them, and if I can make a video on it to help you out, I will try and do so as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon for more videos like this. Ciao.